Hello and welcome to News Laundry. Today we have with us Meenakshi Lekhi from the BJP, who is not only their spokesperson but also the head of their media cell, if I understand that correctly.
Spokesperson and kind of recent changes that we've made on the charge sheet committee.
I see. And I also read that the media cell is... what does the media cell do really?
No, the media cell is in every party.
Okay.
They are basically, we all meet, all the spokespersons are part of it, and they are coordinators. So, for example, channels want some time, some newspaper briefing has to be done, some press conference has to be done. Between these spokespersons, only somebody is in town, somebody is not, so organizing all those things. So that is the media cell's job.
What do you think is the role of television debates in today's politics, since you appear so often on them?
See, my purpose sometimes I feel is to bring the correct perspective, because at times I felt the perspective was very lopsided on various issues.
Okay.
So whatever be the purpose of the channel or the anchor, you are there to do your job and to bring your perspective into the public.
So just to ensure that your party's position is clarified.
Yes, absolutely. And on certain issues, the message also goes through.
We'll come to that a little later. Since you do engage so much with the media, not just from a party's position, what do you see the role of television debates, the way you see them today? What is their role in politics or governance?
I really don't know, because I think it's more to do with public opinion and shifting opinion is what media does, or building opinion is what media is doing. You have a very biased panel, you have given unfair time, you're not letting the person speak. So all that message also goes, because it's an audio-visual medium. It's not like radio. Sometimes I feel radio is better because you are able to talk your point through. But through a visual medium, your expressions are also getting communicated. And when your expressions are getting communicated, if you're angry, you're upset, or you're mocking, all that message is filtering through. So I somehow, I don't mind it. I don't give much importance, but I feel sometimes it's good to expose people.
Do you find your voice stifled? Like you said, one doesn't get enough chance to talk or put one's point.
Many times. Many a times I felt that what has been recorded has been edited. And at times I felt angry and upset, and I said, I will not go to this channel.
What channel? Tell me, what is your favorite channel? Which is your favorite channel and which is your least favorite channel?
My favorite channels are a couple of Hindi channels, actually.
Which ones?
ABP, Aaj Tak, these are the ones, and Z, I like these channels more. And Times Now has been kind to me.
Really? I'll come to that later.
Kind to me because no matter whatever be the opinion, I have managed to say what I want to say.
I've noticed.
So I'm all right with that. Rest, sometimes, people would choose a panel in a way where that the panel is lopsided. Sometimes you feel 5:1 debate is being held. You're not being allowed 5 minutes, because if 5 are pit against
Where
me,
do you see that happening most in your case?
all of them at times.
Really, including ABP, Aaj Tak?
ABP not so much, because ABP I am doing one pretty regular with their one particular program where it is 1:1.
Okay.
So which are face-off kinds. So it's like 1 minute to you, 1 minute to me, which is fine, which I think is fair, because it's a very short kind of crisp program.
So the format doesn't have any probability.
Yeah, no biases, and anchor doesn't speak much, except put questions to both sides each time. So I think that's a fair format. And unfair format would be in a debate, that it's not a face-off. There are some surrogates of political parties. And then the other unfair part, which at times I've noticed with certain anchors, is that they would one round done, second round done, third round they'll skip you. They'll not come to you. And final round, final word, end of the matter. So that is another strategy.
But why do you do certain anchors, some channels? What's the problem in just saying this one works for me, this one doesn't?
No, because I think you're in a profession where you're dealing with people and you understand their political compulsions as well. So
what's wrong in calling them out?
I'll tell you what's wrong. Sometimes, if you get to know people on personal level, it interferes with your professionalism. And it interferes with your professionalism because otherwise everybody's nice to you and kind to you. We are not bad people, but it's just that their professional compulsion.
No, but what stops you from saying that, X, Y, Z person or channel seems...
See, I'll tell you. I have been with the media for a very long time, much before I became the BJP spokesperson. As a lawyer, I have interacted with them from 90s, late 90s to whatever time you can say, as a lawyer. As a social worker, as a woman activist, I've had a long association. And a lot of them have known you for a very long time.
Okay.
And they respect your personal integrity. They are not personally against you, right? But it's a professional issue. And when it's a professional issue, professionally, I also attack them. I don't mince words, and I do my bit, whatever I have to do. But it's very professional. So you're personal, and if I start naming people and doing such things, it becomes a personal attack. Don't wish to engage,
So I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with it necessarily, which is, although the show's called I Agree, because I don't think saying X, Y, Z
my saying it.
Even you're saying it.
My saying it through you will be seen by the people, and I think that is what the message should be.
But you don't think one should just name that? I think
because I will conduct. If you don't allow me to speak, I'll conduct myself with you,
right?
And I'll deal with you right there on the spot.
Okay.
Post event, post facto, I don't have to name you. I have dealt with you, isn't it?
Speaking of dealing with people, you dealt with Arnab fairly well. I mean, I don't know how many of our viewers have watched those shows. I've actually watched a lot of television. I obviously have a lot of time on my hands. But I've seen that you were the first one to really attack Arnab, in the sense that, in fact, your exact words were, it was in February, I have it written down. You said, "Let me answer you in your language." It was in February on, I forget what the show was. And after that, very frequently, you just go at him. And that has kind of started a trend.
He must have irritated me.
He must have irritated you in particular. I'm not sure if it's just limited to you. But you really went at him. And after that, you have done that frequently.
But I find him still fair.
No, I'm sure. I like Arnab a lot.
I find him still more fair.
I think he is equally rude to everybody. That is good.
Yeah. So, I would call it rude, but he tries to get the best out of you.
And the best out of the format of television debate, which he takes to a different level.
Times,
I just want to say, you started this, and after that I've noticed a lot of people have now started hitting back. So how does it feel to outshout Arnab and become a trendsetter?
It feels great. It feels that, and a lot of people write to me that everyone's trying to be Meenakshi Lekhi. It feels good that one has set the motion, and people are appreciating you. Because I think if somebody tries to be like someone, or someone is jealous or whatever, either way, it is appreciation. I look at it this way, that if you like me, you would compliment me. If you like me but you hate to be like me, you will be possibly squirming and talking some silly things behind my back. Either way, it's good for me. So I take it as, because I think I live my life the way I think is right. And which I think is a principled approach. And being polite, being kind, being nice, those are very valuable things, and I cherish each one of them.
But not in a debate.
No, I wouldn't say not in a debate. If it's a polite debate, I'm equally polite. But if you want to sort of smother me or do something silly, I am trained to protect myself, and I'm trained to say what I have to say. And that's part of my training, I'll not mince words, and I would rebut and rebuke also at times.
And you outshouted Arnab on his show.
Whatever it takes to put my point across. Because I'm not there to make friends. I'm there to put my point across. As simple as that. If somebody is nasty, don't expect me to be decent.
You think Arnab nasty?
Arnab is not nasty.
But you felt compelled to.
Oh, that must be
back.
momentary. That is momentary.
Okay. This is just for people to see you on channels with arguing other parties, spokespersons. In fact, I just saw on Bofors, you really scolded Renuka Chaudhary on reviving an issue. I watched that clip a few days ago as well. What, in your opinion, makes a good party spokesperson for television?
I think the party spokesperson has to have a knowledge bank. Clarity in thought. And you're not there to make friends, because half the time a lot of people try to think they are sitting in their drawing rooms, that is not the platform. You could be friends outside the studio, but in the studio they are your adversaries.
Are you friends with any of them outside studios? Any
lot
of the other party spokespersons?
See, that's what I'm saying. I am a person who's been in Delhi for all my life. I have lived life at a certain level. A lot of people know me in Delhi from even before.
Certain
and I have
means in political classes you've been
political,
interacting
legal,
with.
and I do, like I happen to be Mr. Aman Lekhi's wife too. So that all those things go by with me. But when you are sitting as an adversary, I am there to make my point and my thought clear. It's like arguing in the court. It doesn't matter, you may be friends with your opposite counsel, but he's your adversary or she's your adversary in the court, and you have to be honest to your brief.
But are you friends with any of your adversaries in
I know them. I wouldn't say they're
friends.
I wouldn't call them friends. It's not as if I'm having coffee with them day in and day out. But if I come across, because over a period of time you have met them so many times, you do smile and you do say hi.
Friendly acquaintances, so to speak. Okay.
Do you? And I make it a point not to be over friendly outside also.
Right.
Because it interferes with my professionalism. No, it interferes. I can't be friends. And I can't be your adversary at the same time. It's just, it will not bring out the best in me, and I want to maintain that.
Right. And as we've seen in debates, you don't take any prisoners, so it would be very inconvenient if you had to bash a friend like that.
No, I can't be dishonest,
I get what you're saying.
I can't be dishonest.
Okay. Now, in all parties, in the sense, that especially the Congress and the BJP, there are a lot of very young faces who are the face of the party in television debates. I mean, there are two questions that are coming up. So just lay the groundwork. They're very young, people like you.
Not very young.
Well,
I like to hear it, but I'm not very young. I'm a middle-aged woman.
You look very young, but you are definitely young compared to the political class. My generation has only seen really old, usually men, not even women. The only young woman we saw was Indira Gandhi when I was very young, who debate and put political points of view across in television debates. So like there's you, there's from the other side they have Congress spokespersons who are also fairly young. They have Sanjay Jha is the new one that is officially.
He's not the spokesperson.
Well, he's actually now introduced on television debates as a spokesperson of the Congress side.
I'll tell you. There are two formats. I think in every party, because I remember now you've named Arnab. Arnab has specifically asked him in a particular debate, are you the spokesperson?
Right.
There was no
But
answer.
when was this?
A couple of weeks back. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you. And I'll tell you from my party. I have no business to speak about some other party.
Just so you know.
Within my party.
On his website, Hamara Congress, he has a poll going. Have you seen his poll today? No. The question of the week is, who's the worst spokesperson of the BJP? And he's given 5 options. and the 4 ladies and Prakash Javadekar.
Let him run that.
It's
it's funny. I can only laugh. If the Congresses are going to label me as the worst spokesperson, I take it as a
no,
compliment.
but you're not up on the poll. You're on number 3 or 4.
No,
anyway, I'm just saying that's the poll they have on their website.
But I think he only conducted a poll before he was the officially part of the Congress party, and he has personally complimented. And Shivarur, he and a couple of other people, and on Twitter or Facebook they did something which I didn't even follow. I got a message later that these are the people who have labeled you as the best spokesperson from across the parties. So I just smiled back because it's nice to hear pleasant things sometimes. Before he started coming across me in the debate, so I could only I personally, again, not an unpleasant person, but it's just that you're in a different political setup and you have to deal differently. There, I was coming to answer your first question. You see, there are spokespersons, which are about 6 or 7. In our case, it's 6. And there is a group which is called TV panelists.
Right.
So most people fall in the category of TV panelists.
So they aren't necessarily spokespersons for the party. So they don't address the press conference when the party is giving out its daily press conference. Sure. So he's not that, but he's the TV panelist.
Yes, and Congress specifically has adopted a strategy, and through you I want to expose that. Whenever it's convenient,
they will send their quasi-congressmen.
Yeah, they're Congress people. Whenever it gets inconvenient, this is not the official line.
So they'll put it through someone who's not the official spokesperson.
Yeah. But one is able to see through that.
But irrespective, do you think because of so many young people coming and the gloves are off often,
which is
has it actually improved the participation of people in political issues and issues of governance? You think this entire new television debate format has added or made that entire process better? Or
yes, I think
worse?
I think it's better because today people are not watching Saas Bahu. That percentage has gone down.
Okay.
I think more people, it may be...
There's more drama being provided in television studios.
Yeah, I was coming to that. See, apart from the knowledge background, it has a drama element to it.
Sure.
And with that drama, and I call it entertainment also, on a lighter vein. I shouldn't be speaking that language, I know, but I'm too honest not to say it. There is a entertainment factor
that comes with television.
That comes in. That no matter how hard you try, but you can't really.
So are you consciously acting for the camera? Are you playing it up?
No, I am not. At times I'm told, why were you getting angry? I said, look, yaar, I'm no actor. I'm a vakil. And whatever I feel, I'm going to, it is going to come on my face.
I think that has made the participation of people in political issues way more.
And people connect. You see, if somebody is abusing or is saying a nasty thing, how is it that you wouldn't respond and your facial expression wouldn't change? It should change, should it not? And if it's changing, you're connecting. It's not. It doesn't make.
There's some who don't change. Like I've never seen Rahul's facial expression changing since I've seen his photo. It's always the same.
No, does it?
Maybe he's the Buddha. I'm just saying.
No, my question remains the same. Now, are you connecting with the people? Answers no. Because connection means how a normal human being will respond to a situation like that. It is that. So your facial expression matters because it's not just your body language, your language and the body language. The expression carry a lot of message.
That is, I think, the most expressive facial, just the expressions, the variety is Renuka Chaudhary in debates. From wonder, ooh, and the range is huge. So I'm assuming she connects a lot more than others. You think?
I think
if it's to do with
her constituency will have to answer that. I'm nobody to answer that.
I was saying, since you were talking about facial expressions, you might know.
No. As I said, it need not be an artificial facial expression. It need not be overdone expression. It should be a normal expression. But if a person normally lives life like that.
It?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if people
I'm trying to put words in your mouth like a good anchor.
I won't. I won't. You're talking to a lawyer. I'm pretty good at cross-examining others.
No, but this is, I personally think it's great that your generation has this ability. The generation above has two ways of dealing with something. One is, I'll order and you obey, or I'll sulk. I mean, do you agree to that extent?
I wouldn't agree to your assessment, but I don't fall in either of the two.
Where have you seen the generation above us? And I'm assuming you and I are the same generation.
I'm above you.
No, I don't think. I think our age will
Midway.
be very similar. But I mean, I'm talking about those who are in their 60s and 70s.
Right.
The generation we grew up watching, running the show. I can't imagine them debating. I mean, although there are, files of parliament debates and you even see a few, but they are still very, I mean, it's not like you were saying, it's not true to life. It doesn't have that reality element to it. And also, especially within their party, there's either, I mean, if you remember when Sonia Gandhi during Sitaram Kesari's time, when they had that meeting where he kind of tried to not usurp, but Sonia's diktat wasn't followed. She walked out and all of them ran behind her and she sulked. So that generation either sulks or says, "Main order dunga ya dungi aur tum karo."
See, again, it depends
They didn't debate, that generation.
Another thing. See, I don't
Do you agree
think...
or not, Ramas?
No, I don't agree, because I think in Congress even today nobody debates. They debate with the outsiders, but within their party they don't debate. I don't think.
But even outside they don't debate. When have you seen the
outside
the
they can debate. Outside they will debate with me, or they'll debate with Nirmala, they'll debate with our spokesperson.
I can't imagine an Advani and Sonia Gandhi getting into a debate. They'll be too above it. They'll both sulk.
I don't know. I think Mr. Advani would debate. And so far as Sonia Gandhi is concerned, I don't think she has the language to debate.
Ouch!
You asked for it.
Okay.
You asked for it.
Okay.
For debating, you need to have the knowledge bank and the skills. And the skill of,
And the leader has to have that.
I think so. What is leadership? What is leadership? If I don't have ideas, I don't have a vision, and I'm not able to communicate my vision, what am I leader for? It's like having a staff and ordering them around. That is not leadership material.
I mean, just drawing the same parallel in the BJP's case, like when Sonia Gandhi, what she said wasn't followed, she walked out of the office and walked home and everyone was running behind her.
Yeah.
The BJP actually ensured that doesn't happen, because when Advani sulked, you guys ignored him, which is a great thing for democracy, I think. Do you agree?
I wouldn't like to answer that. I don't think we ignored.
But you didn't run after him like everyone ran. Like
running after, you see, again, the party, and it is because of people like Mr. Advani, certain foundations have been laid.
Of course.
And the foundation is, it is the idea which makes the party.
Mm-hmm.
The person comes next.
Right.
And you yourself come the last. That is the philosophy. That is the pyramid of thought. Nation, party, and you. In that category, the individuals really don't matter. Individuals can shift, change, moments will change, they will bring out the leaders. So, but the idea has to exist. And that idea is more ideas. And sometimes more ideas can have their own set of problems. Because you're sending a message to the outside world as again, the vested interests will try to play it up. Instead of playing it favorably. And I keep giving that example. I keep giving the example of US. I see, to have different ideas, to fight for the same post, how is it undemocratic?
Sure.
That is the basic foundation of democracy. Sure. You and I both want to be editors. Why will you not show your best side, and why will I not show my best side, and we can compete on merit?
But don't you think that's to do because culturally it's disrespectful? Aise nahi kehte. The thing is, even now, for example, and I disagree with it, and I think we should completely break that habit.
Absolutely.
But I think even now, your reluctance to say that yes, Mr. Advani should either have reasoned it out, or he should not have. I mean, you can't say, I command you guys to do this, and if you don't listen to me, I'll sulk.
No, I said that.
Now that is a very older generation thing, and they still do it. See, I just think the younger generation is too respectful, naive. We shouldn't say that. So they will not say that.
No, I don't think it works that way in the BJP. I don't think so. And I've seen BJP for a very, very long time. It doesn't work like that.
Sulks don't work.
No, they'll all walk over you. Everyone. The moment you start saying, go to hell, sit in that corner, keep sitting, nobody's coming to you.
And we saw that.
No, that's a different case. That's a different case. Because what you see is not what really has happened. And everything that has happened need not be...
Play out in public.
Play out in public. And I think that's good. Because I maintain that every office or family has its own rights of privacy. A few things need to be sorted on the table. You can shout, you can do whatever you have to. It doesn't have to be in front of the camera, and which is a fair thing. And also it is fair to be shouting at each other on the table. I don't mind it. I think that's a very healthy way of living life. It's okay to be different. It's okay not to agree. And finally come to a conclusion that whether you like it or not, this is a decision and we all abide by that decision. It's a fair way, because in any democracy, majority view is what matters. But the minority view also needs to be considered and heard. So right to be heard exists, but right to be heard does not automatically get converted into that
you will prevail.
You will prevail.
Okay. Speaking of, behind closed doors, it may not play out how it plays out in public. Since you're a spokesperson, all spokespersons I think have the toughest job of sometime you have to go out and defend the indefensible. Everyone has to. I mean, first of all, you may say it, but I don't think even you believe that the BJP has never done anything foolish. I'm sure every party has sometime done apne pair pe kulhadi mari hai, and the spokesman has to go out.
True.
So when you have to do that, after you do that, do you ever go back to the person who's, caused that saying, fitte mein agli baar muh band rakhna? Does that ever happen?
No, it of course it happens.